So, hi everyone, it's Herrity from Momentum Search and Selection, and today we're doing one of our Momentum interviews, and I've got Nathalie with me today. How are you doing, Nathalie?
I'm really well, thank you, Alan. It's you again, and thanks for your time. How are you?
Yeah, likewise, very good, thanks. And thanks for taking the time out of your extremely busy agenda to conduct one of our Momentum interviews today. So I'll just make a brief introduction of your profile to everybody, if you don't mind. So I would describe you as a senior strategy, technology, business and operations transformation leader. I wouldn't put that into job title, mind, because it might be a bit long given, the length and breadth of your experience. But do you think I'm accurate with, how I'm describing your profile, for want of a better expression?
Very accurate. Thank you, Alan. And yes, I wouldn't put that in the title, but it encapsulates my experience really well. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much. So I'm going to ask you 4 questions today. And my first one is most probably the easiest one. Can you tell us a little bit about you and your background?
Sure, thank you. So I'm originally from Canada, and I've been in Australia for over 20 years. My background mainly is in technology and operations, but also includes project and program management. And it cuts across various industries, including telecommunications, financial services, wealth management, superannuation, insurance, as well as utilities. So quite a few industries that I've worked across.
Yeah, I can imagine you've solved a lot of business challenges within those industries during your time.
I'd like to think so. Yes, I have.
Fantastic. And that's a nice segue into our second question, which is, what's your current role and responsibilities?
So my current role involves leading a great team of people, managing the execution of strategic programs for the organization. I also lead the practices such as software engineering, business analysis, and QA, as well as managing the vendor relationships in technology for the organization.
Okay, fantastic. That's really good. And is that quite a big remit, is it?
It is a big remit. It is probably the biggest team in technology for the organization.
Oh, wow. Okay. And then my third question, from my understanding, because we've been known each other for a little while now, you have quite a body of work in technology and business process offshoring. So given that, regional or global lens, how do you lead global teams to be successful?
So in the last 5 years, I've had a number of roles working overseas in India and the Philippines, as well as roles here in Australia. And I've led diverse teams with different cultural backgrounds. One of the things that I've learned is that context is really important. So setting the context for the teams, whether it's here in Australia and offshore, but making sure that they understand the context and the how and the what that they're doing relates to that context, how critical it is to stay focused, to deliver the right outcomes within that context.
Okay, that's a great answer. Thank you very much. And we're in the home straight now, Nathalie. Final question. So thanks for your patience with me. My opinion is that in today's hybrid world, leaders who have previously led offshore teams prior to the pandemic are in lots of cases better prepared for the nuances of leadership and ensuring that individuals and teams are connected. So my question to you is, what do you feel that you've learned which enables you to lead teams in today's hybrid world?
Certainly, I've led hybrid teams for a number of years now, having worked offshore, and the feedback that I've gotten is frequency and consistency is really, really important for people. So maintaining connection with people frequently, having your one-on-ones, and then your team meetings, obviously, to create that team connectedness and to also create trust amongst the team. So it's important that as a leader, you set that up and you keep to that. And that's the consistency part. And that's certainly feedback that I've had from my team that they've really valued, and I think has really helped our success.
Yeah, absolutely. I think it's really interesting, people who may be in remote roles and, they can be experiencing things like proximity bias and what have you, what you've talked about in terms of that connectedness and making sure you're connecting with teams and individuals, make sure that they're on a level playing field with their peers, in other working models.
It's easy for people to have a out of sight, out of mind type of scenario. And so it is important to maintain that connectedness, whether you're in the office or working remotely, but bringing that team together.
Yeah, that's really great. Well, thanks so much for taking the time today. I know you're extremely busy. And that concludes our Momentum interview for today, Nathalie. So really appreciate your time, and I'm sure our viewers will really enjoy watching this video.
Thank you, Alan. Really appreciate it. Thank you.
You're very welcome. I'll speak to you soon. Bye-bye.